Hi everyone. So third time's the charm. That took forever. I'm here and I'm going to finish up my wallet, but I'm going to wait for a couple of you to hop on and at least say hi so I know that it's working before I finish my wallet and then it didn't work. Facebook is out to get me today. Oh, I see one. That might be Michael, though.
Not me.
Not you. Okay, I see one. I don't know who's here, so you're going to have to say hi. Hi, Janetta. It would be you. my loyal fan club. We're going to finish our wallet. I'm excited. Well, guess it's just you and I for right now because I want to get this wallet done and see how it looks. So I am going to stitch the card slots onto the backer. It's been a long day. Michael's over here filling orders, making a ton of noise.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're working on your itty bitty boxy bags. I bet they're coming along quite well though, hopefully. They're awfully cute. Okay, now. Didn't turn the machine on. That's how it's gonna go. Okay. Lined up. Away we go. Okay. Pull my threads to the back. I only stitched across the bottom because we're actually going to stitch the rest of it when we stitch the whole wallet together. You just finished some mouse ears. Well, I want to see a picture of those. I bet those are super cute. I'm pretty excited to see how this wallet turns out. It's gonna be for me. It matches my purse and everything, so I have to keep it. You too? Yeah, we're all invested in this dang wallet now, huh? And a couple of you guys bought the kits yesterday. What purse did I make to go with it? It's like a cinch bag backpack. I'm actually going to probably eventually write the pattern for it. The closest you can get right now is like a begonia, but you're gonna have to modify it a lot. Like a lot. Like, I think the only thing that's the same is it has boxed corners. Oh, you want to see it? Hold on, I can grab it. It's literally not that far away from me if I don't knock everything off my table. This is my bag. So it has the same Alright, so we got that section done, and I am actually going to tape the sides here so that it stays stuck. If I could find the edge of my tape anyway. I feel like we've done this a lot now. Thank you. I like it too. I like having my hands free. I've never been a big purse carrier, which I know is hilarious considering I make handbags. But I've just never really liked having to hold stuff. It just doesn't sound appealing to me. I like crossbody bags too. Crossbody or backpack. That's it. That's all I can handle. Okay, so now I'm just going to lay that down so that the edges line up nice. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to change my thread color so that I can stitch my zipper in. And I went ahead and set half my snap. And I'll set the other half. And the other thing, so the laser cut kits come with a hole here for the female end of the snap and one hole here. The inside does not have a hole at all. And I did that so that when you sew these two together, you can mark and punch the hole from the exterior and they're perfectly lined up. So it was planned that way. I did not just forget to put a hole in your kit. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm leaving my brown bobbin in because when I top stitch the whole thing, then it'll have brown where the brown is, and half of that is because, yes, I am absolutely lazy and I don't want to wind a bobbin for this. But you'll get to watch me thread my machine. Michael's over here printing labels. So for those of you that are getting shipping notifications, that's Michael printing labels so everything can go out tomorrow. We've had a lot of the stuff packed, but the post is closed, so we haven't really actually printed labels for anything that is packed, so he's doing that right now while I'm live. Which also means that if I miss a comment, I don't have my comment reader because he's packing your packages, which is what we want him to do. So if I miss a comment, just tell me that I've missed your comment so I can go find it. Or ask again. Totally fine. Okay, so before I just stitch in my project, I'm going to take my little sample piece and make sure it looks nice. And this is why we check, because sometimes our thread gets stuck. But it looks good to me. I didn't obviously hold my tail there, but you get the point. So I'd say we're good. We're going to go ahead and stitch our zipper on. Hi, Jen! We're invested in this wallet. It's almost done. How do I want to do this? That's quite a ways away. All right. So normally this is not what I would do, but we're gonna line it up and actually kind of half have our presser foot on the teeth because the box is pretty small. You like the blue I'm using? Thank you. It is, it's from Tandy. It's a Laredo Crazy Horse side. I specifically went and looked that up, so I made sure I was telling you guys the right thing. They're like 99 bucks and you get like 20-ish square feet. They're beautiful though, and they're worth every penny. And it's a kit on the site, so if you do want one, you can make exactly this wallet. I think there's even one left, and they're buy one get one half off through the rest of the day. Okay. Looks good so far, and I'm going to hand crank over my zipper even though I don't have to. That's just a habit I have. Just because when I'm doing something like leather where you really can't get the holes out no matter what, I just try to take it easy. Pull out of the way again. Okay. I pulled my threads to the back side already when I turned the corner the first time. Hi, Sammy! So that they're just out of the way and I don't forget and we don't have any casualties. Believe me, that is not what you want after all this hard work that we've put in. And I'm just going to hand crank it the last like 3 stitches. Just because it's easier that way. Pull it to the back. Tie them off. Make sure it looks good on the front. Not missing any stitches. It looks good. You love my hair. How do I keep it so purple? I tried purple and I feel like it washed right out. Well, this is actually permanent, first of all. And second of all, I use a fairly expensive sulfate-free shampoo. And believe it or not, I actually don't really do much else. I am not very super kind to my hair. It just stays purple. But everybody always asks how I get it to stay so bright, and I'm not really sure. I think I'm just lucky. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and singe that off. There we go. There's our exterior. Now we're gonna line up, actually, before I line up this with this, I'm gonna line up this with this, even though we're just taping it on. So hopefully you can see that. I know this live is like a lot of me taping stuff where you can probably see it barely, and I'm sorry. I know that's probably really irritating. Someday I'll do a full-on tutorial for this, but for now, this is what you get, and I am sorry. There are a couple of creators that are going to make tutorials for my patterns before I will probably get to them. Mostly because I am just not set up to be able to edit videos. I have one laptop that has enough RAM, hard drive, all that good stuff to be able, and a nice enough processor, to be able to make graphics for the shop. Because I do almost all of my own graphic design. So that means I can't also edit videos, or I would never leave the computer and that would just be too much. So sometime I will get there, but for now I am not there, and I know that some people really, really want tutorials, and it is on my list. But this is my compromise, is we all get to watch me fumble around live, and you get to see that I screw up just as much. Permanent, where did I find permanent hair, that hair color, that color? At a beauty supply store where you have to have a license to shop there. Okay, now I peeled the back of my tape, and I'm going to stick it down, lining up my long edges first. There we go. That way that's all nice and lined up. So now I can put tape on this, and you don't want to put tape where your coin slot's going to go. Your coins are going to go, because it's kind of counterproductive. Make sure your zipper works too before you just like tape everything together. Ask me how I know. So I am going to estimate that I need a bit of tape across here, the bottom of what would be my coin slot. And I'm going to do tape up the sides. We're almost done though. I'm so excited. Tape across the bottom. I'm going to put one piece of tape above the zipper, just across the whole wallet. And I'm going to tape my long angled edges. So yes, it's a lot of tape. Normally I would glue this, but like I said, I don't want to make you guys sit around and wait for glue to dry, because that's kind of like watching paint dry. I'm sure it sucks. When I do these types of things, I make like 5 or 6 at a time, so I am consistently making one, putting glue on it, waiting for it to dry, and going to the next one, so by the time I'm done putting glue on the last one, the first one's dry. Okay. So my tape looks like this. Notice how my zipper doesn't go past the ends of my project? That's important. So I am going to remove the top 2 edges first. And I wonder, I'm going to see if I can tilt you guys down a little bit since I'm mostly done sewing. Maybe you'll be able to see me a little bit better. How's that? So I'm going to take these top 2 angles off first and line that up. Hopefully my entire head isn't blocking this whole shot. You can see what I'm doing. Okay. And once I get that lined up, then I'll just move it out of the way. I did brown thread on the inside and the blue on the outside, so it's both. Oh, okay. Tape stuck everywhere. So for people that ordered wallets, don't seal theirs up yet in case they want to get one of these. Did you already seal them all?
Couple of them.
Oops. Okay.
Well, actually, only one.
Okay, just don't seal anymore. Okay, so now I'm just lining up the edges. And then I'm going to peel the tape off the bottom, the tape backer anyway. Make sure that lines up nice and neat. This is like the most meticulous part of this whole thing. There we go. Okay. All right. So now I am going to trim up my edge just a little bit. Make it all nice and square. Sometimes you get little fuzzies like that. There we go. Now we're ready to top stitch. I will caution you that when you go to top stitch the end of your wallet, you definitely need to be careful not to peel up your card slots. So when you get to that point, because I top stitched from the exterior, when you get to that point, be really careful with those. That's why we taped them, but it doesn't always do what you want. I can see kind of past the side on my machine to see what I'm doing. So I just kind of like do this number where I'm like down here looking at it. And I start right above the card slots so that I can tie my threads and kind of tuck them in where nobody will see them. Okay. Okay. I have managed a thread jam. That is how today's gonna go. Our wallet is fine though. That is all that really matters. I'm not sure how I did that, but sometimes that kind of stuff just happens. I think that was pretty special, actually. It's stuck in the eye of the needle. Okay. Oh, I know what happened. So this particular thread had a knot. There it goes. Holding it together on the spool, and that got caught in the eye of the needle, it looks like. So now I'm going to trim that out, because no live can ever just go the way we want it to. Our thread tail out of the way, and then I need to find something sharp and pointy to poke the rest of that thread out with. There we go. Problem solved. Now we're going to thread the needle again, try this all over. Now that I'm covered in oil, because my machine likes to oil everything, which is nice most of the time, but sometimes it is mildly inconvenient. Okay, and we're going to try this again. I'm going to drop my needle in the hole I already created, hopefully just to make it go a little bit smoother. Turn my machine back on. Pay attention to my card slots. Okay, I caught all my card slots there, so we're going to keep going. And for those of you that struggle when you're changing thicknesses, just slow down and hand crank if you have to. That's okay. Some industrial machines even need that. And when I get close to the corners, I will start to hand crank because I don't want to overshoot my corners and have it look terrible after all this hard work. Sometimes I will even put score lines where I need to sew my corners. So that I can just aim for the line. And that's okay. It helps a lot. And coming up this side will be easier because the card slots are going with the wallet this time. That's why we do it at the beginning, so that we can pay attention to them and not forget. Okay. And this pattern is kind of meant to reduce the bulk there, so it's not supposed to be like that much work for your machine to go through, but sometimes you got to go slower over the card slots too. And I'm going to hand crank coming off the card slots just because that's a lot of thickness change for my machine right now. Looking good. We're coming down the last angle. All right. I can tell that my thread has come out of my pretensioner just by the way that my stitching looks, so I'm going to fix that I'll keep sewing. There's not much I can do about it now. Okay. Apparently we're grumpy today. Well, sewing fine, so we're gonna keep going. Okay. A hand crank when I get to the edge. There we go. I'm going to pull all 4 of my threads to the back. And yes, that means I'll have a little bit of blue back here, but I would rather have a little bit of blue on the inside than a little bit of brown showing on the outside. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially because if you burn it, it doesn't stay blue. Tie these off. There's that. Singe up my threads. So that's what they look like now, and I'm going to singe them up, and we probably won't even see them. Okay, so there's the outside, and there's the inside. Now all that's left to do is punch my hole all the way through and set my snap. And look at it when it's done. So I'm going to use my hole punch. Line it up with the hole that already exists. There we go. Take my snap. Like that. Just like that. We're going to see how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to go set my snap. Not traveling that far. I'm basically just turning my chair around. Ta-da! There it is. She's done. Look at that. There's the coin pocket. And the tape, I don't know if you can see it. The tape is literally right there holding this together right at the top edge, so my eyeballing was good. I have all my card slots. Cash slots. Make sure cards even fit. And they do. How did I close the zipper to make it a pocket? There's tape on the top and bottom of the zipper. If this were cork, I would actually just stitch. Okay, we have a little visitor over here. I would just stitch here and here so that on the back side it would show, but it would be a pocket. But since this is leather, the tape will just hold it and it's fine. Normally I would use glue, though. There it is. I'm pretty happy with it. Now I'm going to move all my cards into it and see how it looks. Guess I might as well do that here so we can see what it looks like full. Since I have my purse and my current wallet. Put my ID in. And let's see, let's put the bank cards in. Our metal Apple card because we're fancy. Can't forget the Costco card, the important things. Let's put our cash in. Okay, I think that's basically all I really have. Other than a bunch of old receipts, because, you know, don't we all collect these? Costco's is the $100 store, yes. I guess I got a few coins that I could put in my coin slot. Okay. Take all my coins out. All right. One handful of coins. Just basically all quarters. Weird. But there we go. One very full wallet that's still really slim compared to the necessary clutch wallet. Like, that should tell you everything you need to know about which one's the slim one. Keep in mind the necessary clutch wallet is empty now. I just took everything out of it. So there you go. That's what they look like. I think it turned out pretty cute. Holds a lot of stuff. Intentionally putting my finger over all my personal information so that I don't, you know, make Facebook angry or whatever. Yeah. So there's a couple of these kits left on the site if you want one. Other than that, do you have any questions for me? I mean, I'm here. I could answer a couple of questions while I'm here. And I could even turn the camera up a little so you could see me. The NCW is the necessary clutch wallet from Emmeline Bags. And it looks like this. This is my flap, though. This is not the flap that comes with the wallet. She has this curved one. I like this one. I think it looks nicer and it's easier to sew because it's straight. And then if you open it up, it has, well, it does have a whole bunch of old receipts. But it has card slots and a coin pocket and more card slots. So yeah, that's that. Do I have a pattern for my bag? Not yet. I will eventually. For right now, I don't though. If I had something else planned to sew, I probably could, but right now I have a whole bunch of orders that I have to pack with Michael. And he is waiting for me to hop off here so he can run the laser without irritating us all. So if that's all the questions, my cute little wallet and I are going to hop off here for now, and maybe I will sew something else a little bit later or tomorrow. I do have some card slots that I finally put into that sling bag that I was making right side up so that I can finish that, but I don't have the rest of the pieces cut for the binding, so I can't actually finish that without clearing off all the orders that are on my cutting table, which this is your sneak preview for the day. This is Shop Tour, the prequel. This is what my cutting table currently looks like. It's a disaster. Those are everybody's orders. All over here. Back there. So, yeah. We have a lot of work to do before I get to sew something else. But I am going to try and do a little day in the life of the shop live. It won't be a whole day because, dear God, I don't want to make everybody sit through a whole day with me. But I will do a little bit of a live while we're working, just so you guys can see what we do. I have a couple of new logos that I'm going to make some cork tags for, so I'll show you how I kind of troubleshoot that and get them to look good, stuff like that. So I've saved a couple of things so that I can show you live what we do, and I think that's basically it. So we'll set you up on the tripod soon, and just you can come hang out with us while we work and you can see what we do. If any of you have an order to place and you want us to pack your order live, and it's in stock, we could probably even do that. So if you want that, request that now. Tell me, send me a message, and then place your order, and we will pack it live. Because I've never ever done that, but I could do that for like a few of you one time and probably live through it. Hopefully. At least you know your order's right, because you'll be sitting there watching us pack it. Okay, well, now that I moved into my new wallet, I'm going to go fill your guys' orders so I can sew more things with you. Good night.